Hey everyone, Zeph Jones here. So I am back again with another series of interview questions. If you haven't seen the first two videos by the time that this one comes out, I am allowing ChatGPT to interview me the same way I would have done any other feature, and I'm also including these questions for you all to answer. And this is just my take on it. This time, I asked ChatGPT to give me those questions, but also give me different topics. And so it did something a little bit different this one. So each of these following will be a category, and then it's about 3 questions per category, but it gave me 10 categories to work with. So this first video will be about inspiration and influence. And again, I have not seen any of these questions outside of just looking right now to see what it gave me. I thought it was 9, it was 10. But I do not know what the actual questions are. So you're gonna get real-time thought about some of these things. And I'll likely come back to answer them in a different way, in a different video, hopefully more in-depth, and probably include some other information along with it. There is no edits to any of these things. It is full on whatever comes to my brain in that moment. So, like I said, first category here, inspiration and influence. And the first question is, where do you draw your inspiration from, and how does it influence your work? If I was to say, well, no, I draw my inspiration from truly the things that are around me, stuff that I take in to internalize. So like it might be that in this particular moment, like it's dead silence in here other than me playing something. And so like I might draw influence from the silence and trying to maintain that in the midst of me playing, right? That's a very difficult thing to do, or at least for me it is. Or it might be that I saw like a bug fly by my glasses, right? And then just thought about how the wings on the bug might work, or my favorite thing on earth to think about is the complexity of something, right? And how do I make it into the simplest form? So it could be like, how does this piano work, right? Breaking down the mechanics, the physics behind why this thing produces the sounds that it produces. And that I can draw inspiration from all day, every day. And so I think in understanding how things work and why they work is how I use, or I take as influence to draw creativity and how I perform things. So like a lot of the stuff, this piece in particular, right? Anybody could play what I just played. There's nothing like inherently difficult about what I did from a particular perspective, right? It's just, I found a note, I gave some space, and I pressed it, the next one. Now the choice, stylistically, expression behind how I'm doing that is something completely different. And I would say that it takes some experience, some true thought to achieve that. Question number 2 from this category is, do you have specific rituals or habits that help you tap into creative inspiration? And I think I kind of answered that in the first one, but more clearly stated, I just spend a lot of time trying to learn, trying to experience different things in the world, even going back to things that I've spent time with. There's always something more I can learn from that. And so I would choose to maybe dive deeper into the thing that I did learn, or look at it from a different perspective. I might ask someone else what their perspective is, to see if I can bring myself to come to grips with that, or grasp whatever that concept is. And some things I understand very well, others I don't. And I'm not even going to pretend like I try to understand everything to its completeness. That's a lot. That's a whole lot. So I cannot say that in particular I have a specific ritual but habitually, I do spend a lot of time trying to learn things. So let's say that that's the habit in itself. That's the ritual in itself. Question number 3. How do you stay open to new ideas while holding on to your core visions? I think that one is maybe easy for me to answer. Okay. Holding on to my core values or core vision. So let's start with that piece of the puzzle. The core vision is the thing that I know for a fact I want to achieve, which in my case, my core vision would be to give others as many opportunities and resources as I possibly can. I'd love to see more people be in spaces, in the spaces that I'm in, but without the same struggles that maybe I encountered. Meaning, I like to see you be ahead of me where I am at this time. And if I can help expedite that spot or that position for you, that knowledge, that wisdom, whatever those resources are, I want to do that. Subsequently, I'd like to be in a space where there's innovation that happens because you aren't in the same spot that I was in at this time. So it should help innovate. All the areas, the components, whatever it is, of the creative space, because that's where I spend most of my time. If it's not that, then it's in a leadership kind of capacity, and maybe in development of a program or something. But if there's a space where I can offer you all the possible resources and get you ahead of what my core vision is, then I think I've done my job there. Now, when it comes to the next component of that, the new ideas, how do I stay open to them? Again, going back to the first 2 questions, right? I spend so much time trying to learn things and compare or juxtapose them against things that I already know to increase my understanding, that I never lose my core value, my core vision in particular, because core vision is what it said. I never lose that because it all aids in what I'd like to do, which is share more information, more resources. So hopefully that's a good hold on this first category, inspiration and influence. Those 3 questions again were: where do you draw your inspiration from and how does it influence your work? Do you have any specific rituals or habits that help you tap into creative inspiration? And the third one, how do you stay open to new ideas while holding onto your core vision? I'll include those questions along with this video. Be sure to tap in wherever you're viewing this at. Talk to me. Let me know what's going on. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your perspectives, and see how you answer those questions. Share it with somebody you know. Peace.